This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community Close-Up. I'm your host, Sharen Skelly, and today's guests are from Mwikwedong Indigenous Friendship Center. I should say Mwikwedong Urban Indigenous Friendship Center. And we have Melissa Jones and Kyanna Keeshig. Welcome.
Ani, I'm Melissa, and I'm the Early On Coordinator here at Mwikwedong.
And I'm Kyanna Keeshig. I'm the Indigenous Children's Wellness Program Coordinator as well.
Thank you for joining us. Mother's Day is coming soon, and so I thought that I'd have you on to talk about the children's programming and the family programming that you have at the center. I thought that would be appropriate. That sort of helps mothers or any person that is assuming the role of mother or caretaker for children in our community. So I thought that that would be appropriate for this show. So Melissa, you're involved in the Early On program?
Yes.
And you're a registered early childhood educator, is that correct?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Yeah. So the Early On program is for children that are what age?
Our program runs 0 to 6.
0 to 6. And what sort of now, the website there's all kinds of programming, and I know you have a calendar that's got all sorts of things on every day. Now, during COVID, there was a lot of virtual programming going on.
Yes.
So now you're getting back to more in-person, I would assume, programming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we offer a variety of programs. We have a baby group, which is geared for children 0 to 1. Then we have Fun with Food, where the children come in with their parent and we make the food together and sit down and eat as a group. We have outdoor, so a lot of gross motor activities. We have our play space outside that we open up. We have Early Learning, which is an indoor program. We have Zoom, so any families that aren't able to attend in person, we offer a program online where we do a circle time, some Indigenous teachings. And we offer Kinder Gym, which is held in our gym here, where there's a lot of gross motor games, activities to get their kids moving.
Now, do you have to be referred to these programs, or can you self-refer? Can anyone participate?
Yeah, anyone can join.
Now, the next question, do the families or the children have to be Indigenous, or can it be anyone in the community can join?
Absolutely not. We have a strong sense of unity here, so we welcome anybody to join our program.
Now, what's the catchment area for your programming? Is it Grey Bruce? Is it Owen Sound? Is it where do the participants come from?
We have actually families from all over. Grey Bruce, definitely. We have people from Port Elgin, Kincardine that come. Now our Zoom programs, we have people from further away that attend.
Yeah, because that does open up the doors for anyone, which is kind of nice. There were some advantages to COVID in that with Zoom, you didn't have to live in certain areas. Anyone could join. That was one advantage, one of the few advantages to COVID. Yeah. Not very many, if you have to look at the positives. So with your programming, inclusivity is important. So that would mean all abilities too, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's also an advantage to your program, in that children of all abilities can join, and it also helps them to be included. It helps them because the other children can help them too.
Exactly. Yes.
Which children naturally do. They don't see barriers.
Right.
Right. Children just sort of play with each other. They don't care.
Exactly.
It's adults that care, which is a shame. So you're not the only person that's delivering the programs. You have other people
Yes, there's two of us. I'm the full-time coordinator, and then there is a part-time coordinator.
Just two?
Just two of us, yep. And then we do try or team up with the CAPC program for Fun with Food.
Now, what was that program you said? CAPC?
CAPC.
What's that?
CAPC. That's tough.
Well, just describe it. You don't have to tell me what it means.
CAPC. She actually
Children and something.
We'll get the proper.
Yes.
Yeah, just what does it mean? What is it? Like, what's that program? Like, is it a...
It's the Community Action Program for Children.
Oh, okay. So you work with them and you...
Yeah, we team up with them. So it's our families and some of their families that get together and join and prepare lunch together. And then we sit down as a huge group and enjoy what we've made.
Oh, I see. I see. Oh, that sounds fun.
It is a lot of fun.
That does sound fun. So is there, like, if someone wants to participate in these things, is there a cost?
Nope. They just have to email me at earlyonmj@mwikwedong.com to pre-register for any program that they're interested in.
So who funds this then?
Grey County.
Grey County. So it's just, is there any provincial funding that goes with it? I imagine Ministry of Community and Social Services, or it must be...
I'm actually
Must be
not
some
sure.
provincial funding. There must be, but you don't get donations from the community, or do you do fundraising? No,
Nope.
No. So, that's funded that way then. Oh,
Yeah.
Great. You don't have to go out and fundraise. That's the first one that doesn't. And Kyanna is the Indigenous Children's Wellness Program. Now, you're the coordinator. What are the ages? What's the difference between early on and the ICWP?
So what I work with is for children from 7 to 14, and I do lots of like one-to-ones. I can go into schools and do like programming that way and offer presentations. And I do like more relationship building with the agencies all in Grey Bruce County. So like I'll work with Grey Bruce Children's Family and Wellness, YMCA, and any other supports or services that the families that I work with request.
I see.
They request that, yeah. And anybody can make referrals. So it could be the person that wants to be included in my program, or it can be workers within the agency that make referrals, or it can be referrals coming from other agencies such as YMCA or other places as well.
So what kind of services then are they referring you, like the child to?
So what they come to me for is to promote wellness. So like I'll offer like cultural resources. So like I can do a smudge, I can connect them with elders, or like if they ask for counseling services, like I can give them the navigations to get to like other places, like let's say Sohack, or if they want to get into, there's this other one I'm thinking of. It's not too far from here. Keystone, yes. And so like I work to advocate to make sure that they can get in, because sometimes waiting lists are so long, and
I know.
like, you know, like, and then even to like be within the schools, and like because they want to know about like land rights and peace treaties, and like to respect like Indigenous people. I do that too, to like help give all of that kind of information.
Yeah, because they're not doing well in that area. I will say they're getting better. They're getting better, but you know, we haven't done really well in education and supporting children in that, but it is getting better.
Oh, for sure. There's a couple schools that I'm impressed with, like with how much they want to learn, and then like some of the teachers are.
Oh yeah, the schools are, yeah.
Yeah.
But traditionally, up till now, we haven't done well, and so to make this is fantastic. I didn't know that we had that service, and I'm sure there's lots of people that will be happy to hear this, but I didn't know that. So, I mean, thank you for doing it. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Well, really, I did not know this. I'm shocked. So, I mean, this is great. And the children will do so well to have that service. Does Keystone have services that are that to help Indigenous children specifically?
Actually, I haven't had the opportunity to work with Keystone personally, and I'm not too sure. I have to do a little bit more research on them. I'm sure that they might.
Yeah, you might
But
want to. That might be something to find out, because they should if they don't. But yeah, they should, because that would be something that would be important for them to have. So you're supporting children in the education system, in the social services system, and giving them that support they need. Now, you mentioned SOHAC, and so for our viewers that don't know what SOHAC is, can you explain that to them? Because some people won't know what that is.
I'm trying to remember the full.
I know. Southern Ontario.
Yeah, Southwestern Ontario Aboriginal Community. I can't remember the name.
Southwestern Ontario Health. Oh, I know. But tell them what it does and where it is.
So it's in Owen Sound, actually, and it's to help like urban Indigenous families and families that don't have like the health supports that they need. So if we don't have doctors, we can go through the whole hub, and they have nurse practitioners and a whole fleet of other professional care services as well. And they work to help any family that's in need. And then even for my program, I have to say this, to be included in my program, you have to self-identify as being Indigenous. And for SOHAC, you have to have proof that you have statusship, or if you have like a linkage sometimes too.
And Métis.
And Métis.
Yeah, right. And for SOHAC, they also do a combination of Indigenous healing and Western healing.
Oh, yes.
They'll accommodate people with that. Yeah. Which is what I'm assuming, which is what you do, because you said you do smudging and
yes. So they actually have 2 elders on site. So like, as much as I know how to do like some of my traditions, the elders have more like teachings to bring in and more knowledge, and they're more aware of like the language. And if you have to do for ceremonies, that's what they can provide to you. So like, I'm not on their level by any means. They are the professionals.
But you're learning.
I'm learning, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So they're passing that down to you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So you'll be at their level.
Yeah. Oh, I should mention, we also have Paul Najwan too. So we have an elder on our site as well. So don't let me forget that.
Well, he's at that level. Yeah. He's amazing, and that's quite an honor to have him on the staff. So, you don't have to be referred to have Kyanna visit, but it's nice to know that you can have Kyanna visit. But how do people end up getting a referral? Like, how do people know?
So,
teachers, like, how do they get referred to you?
So sometimes like they can look up the programs through my website, and they'll receive calls on like my work cell phone or at my work here at Mwikwedong. And then other times, like it comes through agencies, and they show me, or they show the person the program description, and then parents can come and call, or caretakers, and see like if I would fit and like what I can do to provide children, or sometimes families themselves, because sometimes like I can help to like bring meal kits in, or if you want to do crafts and activities or find ways to interact with your children, I can do that as well. Or if you asked for me to seek counseling services, I would then have to I would still be the middleman, but I would refer you to like SOHAC at that point.
So this is only for people that don't live off the First Nations communities. They could still live, like say at, I never know the proper name, so please forgive me, Cape Croker or Saugeen. Like they could live there, because you work at the Urban Indigenous Friendship Center, right? But they could still live and receive your services.
Sometimes. So for me, I find that like if the child, let's say a child is like living with their grandparents, and a parent is living in Owen Sound, and they want to still be able to have connections through that parent, I can then service the family. So what we largely do is try to service families that don't live on reserve, because it's sometimes harder for them to find supporting services, because it can be quite competitive to even access supports that way.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you ever have children that go from the early on program and then you see them?
All the time. All the time. So for our programs, it's more of like a circle. We follow that medicine wheel. So we start from early on to prenatal, and then it goes off into Akwe Go, ICWP, Wasnayabin, which is children at risk. It's our older teen program. And then we also have lifelong care and Tanya's program as well. And she works to help women facing violence get other stuff. And we have our criminal court workers. So we work with all kinds of agencies. And we have there's so many programs we have. We have housing, a lot of other places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have a place for women at risk of violence just for Indigenous women or Métis, or no?
I'm not sure if we have just a place for it. I know that we have a lot of supporting support programs here to help that, and then we work in collaboration with other agencies to make sure we do wraparound care and to make sure that these women are taken care of.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there is a single house that's just for Indigenous women escaping violence. Yeah.
Yeah, because their issues might be different, and they may want, it just might be different. I don't know if they'd want to be included, or or they want to be with other women. I don't know. It's a discussion, isn't it? It's something that might be good, it might not be good. It's hard to tell.
Well, I feel like that would be so multifaceted. There'd be a lot of things to think about, and then to work on collaborations. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it good? Is it not good? Is it being exclusive, or is it being, it's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would they feel excluded from everyone, or would they want to be alone with their sisters? It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell, but they do need help, and they deserve the right help, whatever form it is. But back to the children in the early on program. You have a calendar, and it's posted, I know, on the Facebook. Is it Facebook page it's on? I know it's on the website, and it's when you look at it, it's oh my gosh, they have so much stuff on there, and they do. And I can't believe there's just two of you do it. 1.5, really, 1.5.
Yeah.
You said you have help. I thought you were going to say, and I have 4 people. And when you said,
no, two.
How many participants do you get?
In our programs right now, because we're still kind of under COVID guidelines, so we can have 15 per program.
That's a lot of children. That's a lot of children, but their parents or their caregivers come with them.
Yes.
And so, okay, go on. You said that it's from 0 to
6.
6, right? Oh, wow. So the first program you said you had, it was from 0 to 1.
Yeah, so that's our baby group.
Okay, what do you do in baby group?
So there's a lot of collaboration with other parents. So if you're needing, if you're struggling with feeding, then they kind of collaborate together and share their successes and get ideas. We can also refer them to our CPNP, so Mary Lynn.
Oh, yes.
So we can always refer them to her for assistance. We do a lot of sensory play with the babies. So we'll do some water play, or we'll get the bubbles out, some figure painting. So just introducing new experiences for them.
Oh, that must be fun. And then you get to clean up after.
Yeah.
But then you can pick up on issues that the children may have.
Exactly. Yeah. We can do referrals. Yeah.
Like physiotherapy or OT or whatever.
Yes, any agencies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you find those little issues. And then the mothers get to talk and they don't feel isolated.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And then the next program you have is?
So the fun with food, which we did talk about.
Yeah, fun with food. Oh,
Yeah. So just like, introducing them to cutting. So they'll be the ones that cut their fruit or like butter their bread, measuring. So like early math concepts.
how old are these children?
0 to 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
all ages. Oh my goodness. Oh, and so, but then you would be able to find issues with children and with parents, right? That don't really understand nutrition or,
Exactly.
yeah. Because we often think, oh, well, everybody knows that you don't give a child whatever, but that's not true.
Yeah. And it's nice just to introduce new foods to them. Like last week we made pizza. So we had olives and mushrooms and pineapple. So it's just nice they're like, well, we don't eat olives at home. And so it's like, okay, well, here's some if you want to try. And it was just nice, introducing new foods to some of the children.
Right. And so then the other program you had
So there's early learning. So it's a play group that's indoors. So you just have like stations set up around the room. So you always have like a creative, a sensory. So they just get to go around to all the different areas of the room, interact with other children. And then we always end with a circle. So that's where we'll sing some of the Indigenous songs. We'll get the drums out, some of the shakers. And just introduce them to new songs, whether they're Indigenous songs or not. Do a story time.
Now that's some of the stuff you were doing virtually during that. Yeah. And it would be on.
So even our baby group, we always end with a circle.
Right. And of course, some children don't get that at home.
Yeah.
And so that's also where you would pick up on issues, maybe of children that aren't learning at their recommended age. But children don't always go by
right.
Like some kids don't, they don't all go by the book.
Yeah.
But
we all learn at different stages, different times.
Yeah. Right. Do you find that you have made referrals for children?
A few. Most of the time it's just the families just talking to us, asking, how we feel their child is doing, and just like reassuring them that, everyone does learn at different times.
Right.
And there's certain stages where you'll feel that, the referral, it is the right time for referral.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of feedback do you get from I say mothers, but the caregivers?
In regards to the programs?
Yeah.
Oh, they absolutely love the programs. And especially now because it's opened up that you can attend more than one program a week. So we'll have families that sign up for 2 to 3 programs in a week now. It's a very, very popular program.
Right. So now, Kyanna, you said that you have some programs that you offer?
Yes. So I started recently over at St. Basil's, and I'm going and doing this Little Eagles program up in by the bowling alley.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes. And so like we work with kids from kindergarten into grade 2, and I did my first session with them. It was with Natalka Pukin. She works under the Catholic School Board as a cultural leader representative, and she's so wonderful. But we do like smudge, and then like I taught them about like how to say like the different types of berries, and Natalka came up with this beautiful idea of how to do like family bracelets, so it would represent each relative and why they would be that color and what meaning that they had to them. And then I got them to do like this introduction. So I would say Kyanna Indigenous, Neashingnaming and Donjaba, Mayinga and Dodem, which means my name is Kyanna. I come from Cape Croker, and my clan is of the wolf. And then I got them to go around and say their name, Indigenous cause, and then where they came from. So they would say Owen Sound and Donjaba. But then we would talk about the clans and how they could maybe trace that back.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's this sort of thing never happened before. Well, when my children were in school, I mean, they're in their 30s and 40s, but like they didn't have that sort of exposure in school, and it's their classmates were from. My daughter went to Wyerton High School. I mean, the kids the children from Cape Croker were their classmates and their friends, and they should have been doing stuff like that, and they're still friends with them. They should have been doing that sort of thing, because that's what they should have been learning, instead of some of the stuff they were learning that meant that they didn't need to learn. So it's wonderful they're learning that at such a young age, and it's great that you're able to teach them that. You must feel really good when you do that.
Well, I just like to see a kid light up and to know that hey, yeah, I'm Indigenous. I can be so proud to do this. And look at this. This is part of my culture. Don't I feel confident to learn these things? And just for me to see that is such a reward. It makes me happy every single day. And then to know that we have wonderful workers like Melissa and Bonnie and people in Mwikwedong, and then even people inside the other schools and other agencies that feel that same way. That is truly a gift within the Onsau community, I think.
Yes. And what does your family feel when you go home and tell them these things? They must feel proud.
Yeah. They say I'm a firecracker sometimes. They're like, yeah, okay.
Well, that's a good thing. And for every child that feels really good about that, that's a child that feels really proud, and that will go on and continue to feel proud and in their life journey, and feel proud and be an adult that's proud of being Indigenous. So you're doing that work, and that's the reason why. So if someone wants to refer their child to any of the services that you have to offer, then Kyanna, what should they do?
Well, it just takes the first initial contact. So if they wanted to call into Wendy at the office here, or even pull up the contact information on our website, or they can ask other agencies as well about my program. And then they call me first, and then I will make an appointment with them, and then I'll do intake, and then I'll just see if I could help service them in whatever ways they want for their goals. Yeah.
And for a school that's interested in having you come in, same thing?
Yeah, just give me a call and we can collaborate. We can work on a presentation, or if they want me to meet up with the students, just that first initial contact. And then we go through a little bit of paperwork, and then it's done.
And the same thing, if someone wants to join the early on program, just call the center or email you.
Yeah.
The information's all on the website.
Yes.
Well, thank you. You're two incredible women. Thank you for joining me here on Community Close-Up. Hopefully we'll talk to you again maybe next year, and we'll talk about how much your programs have expanded. And join us here again on Community Close-Up. And remember, it's your community, so take part. And stay safe out there, wear a mask, get vaccinated if you so desire, but just please be healthy. And remember, join us again here on Rogers TV. I'm Sharen Skelly, and thank you for joining us here. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
I'm a right winger with the Owen Sound Attack. Catch great OHL action on Rogers TV as we bring you Owen Sound Attack games live, both home and away.
A Heart and Home original series. When Calls the Heart returns with an all-new season.